Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be taking you guys along with my meal prep. Personally, I only meal prep my lunch just because in the morning I tend to just make oats and I like to cook dinner each night, so I only have to prep my lunches. And I'm currently just eating intuitively, so I've stopped tracking my macros so I can reduce the amount of focus I have on food. I tend to get a little bit obsessive when I start tracking my macros, so I'm just trying to reduce my stress levels and just get back into a normal routine. I will try to put the macros in for this meal prep if that's something that you guys are interested in seeing. You guys don't have to make it the exact same way as I do, just tailor it to what you prefer and how much you want to eat. I'm just doing this simply because it's easier for me. So let's get started. For this week's meal prep, I've decided to do just a very simple, easy and quick pasta bolognese. The pasta that I've bought, I just picked a random penne one. This one was on sale and I tend to just get whatever's on sale. Some normal pasta sauce, some lean beef mince, which was also on clearance, 1.5 kilos of the beef mince. I think I bought too much, but oh well. And lastly, to get in some veggies, got some frozen veggies. Okay, so let's start off by cooking the pasta. As you saw earlier, I picked penne for my meal prep, but you can replace it with whatever pasta you prefer to eat. There are some pastas at the grocery store which are considered high in protein, but I found that the increase in protein content was very minimal compared to normal pasta, so I opted for whatever was on sale. So you simply add the uncooked pasta into a pot and add some water. To save time, I like to boil my water first so it doesn't take as long to heat up. Don't forget to add in some salt. I believe this helps prevent the pasta from sticking to each other as it cooks, and let it simmer away. Now let's prepare the meat. I did add some oil into the pan before cooking off the meat, but you don't have to do this because usually beef mince does have a pretty high fat content. I don't know if it's an Asian thing, but I personally like to cook outside when I can. This just prevents any unwanted smells in the house and it helps keep the kitchen cleaner as well. You want to heat up the pan so it's nice and hot, and then you want to add in the minced meat. I like to use a wooden spoon to break up the mince so it's into smaller pieces, and this also helps it to cook faster and more evenly. Keep on stirring the beef mince until it's cooked through. Okay, let's check on the pasta. Now give the pasta a bit of a stir just to make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. You want to cook the pasta just so it's a little bit under the normal texture that you'd like to have, so a little bit under al dente. The reason being is when you reheat your meal prep up, the microwave is going to cook the pasta further, so that's why you want to cook it a little bit less than normal. Drain the pot of pasta in a colander and give it a nice rinse with cold water. This will stop it from cooling and stop it from sticking together as well. And set it aside while we go back to the pasta sauce. Now we're going to move on to the pasta sauce. I bought 2 bottles of basic pasta sauce. Any pasta sauce will do because we're going to add in some extra herbs and seasoning to balance it all out. Add the pasta sauce into the pot and cook it on a medium heat. To use up the remaining sauce left in the bottle, I like to add a bit of water, give it a nice shake and pour the rest in. Ta-da! yeah, that way you don't waste any sauce. Give it a nice mix through. Remember to get off any pieces stuck on the side of the pot and add in the next bottle of sauce. Now here's the fun part. These are some of my go-to spices and seasoning for the pasta sauce. I like to add in some balsamic vinegar that gives the pasta sauce a little bit of sweetness and tartness. If you're feeling a bit bougie, you can always add in some wine. Garlic powder is a must, so go ham with that, fam. And I just like to use some herbs that I've got in my pantry, such as basil, thyme, oregano, parsley. Pretty much whatever you've got in your pantry should be fine. Give it a nice stir and remember to taste the sauce just to see where it's at. Freshly cracked pepper is always good for pasta sauce, so go ham on that. And my secret to everything is chili flakes. Yes, I did add a lot, but I do like my pasta a little bit spicy, so I'm also going to add some sriracha as well. Don't judge me until you've actually tried it, guys. I know sriracha isn't typically in normal pastas, but this is my meal prep. You can go without it if you prefer, but this is just how I like to make my meal prep. Give it a nice stir and taste it again, and that should be it for the pasta sauce. Okay, let's pause for a minute because I thought I recorded this part, but turns out I didn't. I essentially was trying to show you guys how much pasta inflates and how to calculate how much to put into MyFitnessPal when you're weighing out your cooked pasta. This is because when you're typing in the amount of pasta in MyFitnessPal, the value is usually the uncooked value. So what I did was I cooked the entire bag of pasta, I weighed out the cooked pasta and divided it by how much uncooked pasta I actually had. And it turns out the amount of cooked pasta is 2.5 times more than the amount of uncooked pasta. So when you're actually meal prepping, you're meant to put 2.5 times more than the amount of pasta that you input into MyFitnessPal. If that didn't make sense to you guys, feel free to DM me or comment down below and I'll try to break it down a little bit further for you. Now let's resume back to the meal prep. As I've mentioned earlier in previous videos, I normally don't weigh out or track what I eat each day. But for the purposes of this video, I did try to weigh it out for you guys just so you could visualize it a little bit more. So with the pasta, I think I'm putting around 100 grams, give or take. And I do that for all the containers that I have available. Now we're gonna add in some frozen veggies and we're gonna put in around 40 or 50 grams for the frozen veggies. With the bolognese, I'm aiming to do around 200 or 250 grams just because it is a mixture of the minced meat as well as the sauce. That's the meal prep done, guys. It's been a long time since I've actually prepped pasta for meal prep, so I made way too much. If you guys want to give the recipe a go, then I strongly recommend to halve the amount that I actually used when you're making it for yourself, unless you're prepping for 2 people or you like to prep for many days in advance, or you want to eat the same thing for lunch and for dinner, then sure, you can use the same amount. But I've accidentally made way too much, and because of that I did add a bit more than I would ideally like in each meal prep box, but that's okay, you gotta learn somehow. So yeah, I'll have some leftovers and I'll see if Lawrence wants that for meal prep as well. Definitely give meal prepping a go. It saves you a lot of time and a lot of stress because you're not having to think about what to make each day, and it helps you get into a good routine as well. Let me know down in the comment section below if you like these type of videos or if there's any other videos that you'd like to see. I hope you guys have an amazing day or night whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!